I set my business about 3 years ago now. Obviously do the British Motorshow every year.
He says he does classic car restorations, but this gentleman here is not a fitter. He doesn't replace brake pads, he doesn't do any of the boring stuff. This man here is a pure visionary. When you look at a panel on a car from the 1960s, 70s, all the way up to today, they are designed normally with a machine or a press, but that technology has been lost, and you hand build and manufacture panels that are not available. That's correct, right?
Yeah, handmade, everything. So it's like panel beating, English wheeling, gas welding, the old school way of doing it, everything exactly how it used to be. But yeah, specialising kind of the things that you can't buy anymore, essentially. You make it all from scratch.
Is lead work still a thing in relation to this, or is that more 70s kind of muscle car era for swaging areas and joints?
Yeah, I mean, you still do use lead. They kind of phased out lead work after filler came out, but a lot of people want things back exactly how they used to be. So you still do have to use the lead sometimes. I try and avoid it because it's quite poisonous. It's not very nice to work with, but sometimes you have to use it and you have to do it's just the way they're all put together, yeah.
Is it basically like a big soldering iron kind of, so you're blowtorching that lead, you get it to melt, and then you're basically taking it away until it's flat?
Yeah, exactly. So you use like a little wooden trowel, push it into your gaps, it's a rough kind of shape, and then you file it down, bring it down, and then, yeah. So it's normally to finish off where your panels would join together. So your roof join into your pillars join into your front clam that you'd see on the Dinos. So yeah, that's normally where you use your lead, yeah.
And when you say you do classic car restorations, we're not talking about Minis, we're not talking about Alfa Romeos, we are talking about Ferrari Dinos, some of the most famous cars in the world. Talk to me about how that came about and how you fell into that hole.
Well, it kind of, like, exactly that, fell into it really, because I did accident repair. From accident repair, I actually worked in an ambulance centre, crashed ambulances, fixed them. And then when I were in there, one of the guys in there were into his classic cars, and he asked me to just come and give him a hand on it, and just fell in love with it. And then from that, tried to set up my first business. First business collapsed and failed because I went 23, 24, it just didn't work, didn't know what I was doing. And then I worked at a high-end restoration place, and I worked on a Dino that were in there. But what I used to do is stay behind work afterwards, and I measured every single part of the car, every single nut and bolt, everything, kept a log of it. And then I set up my own business, thinking, well, I can replicate all these panels and sell them on. And then one Dino came in, and then another Dino, and then another Dino. So I'm 4 of them in at the minute, and I ship panels internationally now.
That's pretty special, isn't it? Next level, saving cars, keeping these cars in the world, and I think that is really, really important. Talking about keeping cars on the world, on the roads, Jacob is in a separate era, so let me hand over to Helen, because this man here lived 9 lives. I'm pretty sure he can't have many left, because he has put his neck on the line so many times.
So I think it's really important to say that, you know, like what we're talking about here with both of you, these are things that are being lost, their skills are being lost, so it's so important that we support these guys, because they are artisans, and like this is the stuff that dreams are made of, I think. So that I cannot wait to check out everything. I'm really excited, and I'm going to talk to Jake now. So we met at a car show.
Yes, we did. Yeah, I think it was a Max Power reunion.
It was Max Power reunion, and you've never got rid of me.
I got rid of you.
No.
That was about 6 years ago.
Yes. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's quite scary.
6, 7 years ago.
So tell everybody what you do and how you got into it.
So I've got a classic car restoration company in Southampton. We also do custom cars from all eras, from 1920s up to modern day classics and that sort of thing. Currently building about 18 different cars at the moment. Anything from a Dolomite Sprint all the way to Datsun 240Zs and hot rods and all sorts of stuff, which I know that you're a massive fan of. It's just going from strength to strength at the moment. Started up in lockdown, and it was a small business. Didn't think it was going to go anywhere, and now it's blowing up, and we've got a little clothing line and all that sort of stuff. It's a fun. It's good.
I love your shop as well, because I've been there, and it's just one of those places where you just want to hang out.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
So you say you're working on lots of different cars. Because when I came down, you really did have lots of different projects going on.
Yeah.
What are your favourite things to work on? Favourite cars to work on, favourite elements of cars to work on?
Mainly sort of classics and retros. Classics are my passion, a little bit like yourself. fine. They're just really nice to work on, and you can sort of do it all with the bodywork and the lines and all that stuff. But obviously the rest of those are the retro vehicles as well. You know, we do anything from Sierra Cosworths to Fiesta Turbos, also Snoop DeVille's. We did the Snoop Dogg car. That was 3 years, 2 years ago.
I managed to find Snoop Dogg's actual Cadillac that was abandoned in a field, and we dragged it out. We got it running and driving, got the hydraulics working, but the paintwork was awful. And Snoop was hosting the Olympics, and Jacob's like, "Bring it to me." So we took it up there. We painted it. We managed to keep all the original German flags because it opened the MTV Music Awards in Munich in 2007. And the story was, Snoop was offered a Mercedes convertible to ride into the MTV Awards, and he said, "Nope, I am not being associated with that. I want a Cadillac." He reached out to London Motor Museum, who had a black Cadillac. It was modified, was authentically given the name Snoop DeVille, and then the British Motorshow, and so the London Motor Museum went bust, and basically the courts took the cars. They got abandoned in a field, and then they were sold. So we saved it, and then we brought it back to life, and then we took it to Paris to meet Snoop Dogg.
After 7 days in the workshop, non-stop.
It was ridiculous. At the end, he'd had enough of me. It wasn't the car he'd had enough of, he just had enough of me. "Sam, why are you so excited all the time?"
Yeah, and I think the funniest thing about the whole process was me crying when you got me a full English breakfast, and I've still got that plate in the workshop, so I need to give that back to you.
I still owe it to the shop. He was always like talking about a breakfast, right? He's like, at my car sales I used to own. So, "Dude, when can I come for a breakfast? You never invite me." So I got a full, massive plate with foil over it and took him a breakfast on a plate with knife and fork, and we've never returned the plate. I like it.
I might even frame it.
Frame it.
Maybe you should sign it. It's still got a bit of sausage on there.
Hard up and hungry.
Yeah.
We had some fun.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, it was amazing, and it was a very quick turnaround, and there was some imperfections in it, but we had fun doing it. It was great.
We got arrested with that. It was amazing. We took the basically we had a Range Rover that had for sale, Discovery 4, and we had a trailer, and basically I didn't have time to order the brake pads, so we couldn't drive the car around Paris. So we put the car on the trailer, strapped the wheels down, but the hydraulic suspension still worked. We had all the Snoop Dogg naughty words singing songs playing from the roof, and we turned up to the Arc de Triomphe, on whatever it's called. I'm going to get it wrong. I believe it's the Arc de Triomphe. And we turned up, and they closed it for the first time in 45 years. I turned up and was like, "Hello, yeah, we're with Snoop Dogg. His car's on the back." "Oh yeah, it's shut. Sorry." I was like, "Oh, do you want to give Snoop a ring and tell him he can't have his car?" And they were like, "Carry on." So we were driving around the Arc de Triomphe, and the most amazing thing was the famous Olympian Ewan Thomas was hosting for NBC America at that exact point on the side. And we are driving round, and me and Adam C have got the suspension going up, singing "Nothing But a G-Thing Baby," right? And Ewan's like, "Stop, stop, stop." We're like, "Oh my God." Military police coming over, paused us, and we're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "We're working for Snoop Dogg. This is Snoop DeVille. We're his official team." And I'm like, "Carry on." So he interviewed us live on NBC America. It was the world's first broadcast for the Olympics. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" And the biggest mistake I ever made was I had these boards made that said "missing dog," like you know when you lose your dog. I had these missing dog signs, and I had them made in French as well, which means it was dog malwant or whatever,
With a phone number.
with my actual phone number. So within 11 minutes, I had 470 missed calls, and a man from Saudi Arabia going, "Hello, I am with Snoop Dogg." I'm like, "Okay, where is he?" "No, I'm watching him on YouTube. Bye." And it was amazing, but that wouldn't have happened if this man here did not step up to the plate and do it in the allotted time.
It was good fun, and we should definitely do something else again soon.
Hopefully no fires this time. On the last day, we were tired, and electrical fires and brakes getting seized on, and
Got stuck on the lift as well.
yeah, and you were like, "Don't get us out of my shop, you need to leave."
1 in the morning.
1 in the morning, we were done. Let's back over to this man here, because this guy here, when you look at a piece of metal on a car, let's just look at this wheel arch here. This is fiberglass, so slightly different, but the thought process is similar. when this was originally designed, it would have been made out of several pieces of metal. But back in the day, there would have been one piece of metal, it would have been formed using different dies and tools and rollers, is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So, well, probably made that in 3 pieces, something like that, you know, but yeah, things like that is, you know, everyday jobs really, you know, because the Dinos, obviously every part of it is all handmade, all gas welded together and things like that, so...
So we'll be talking about one piece here, and then the edge trim would be a separate piece?
Yeah, exactly, so you do the arch along here, weld along here, nice flat piece, and then you return on the inside as a separate piece. You might do that, you might get in 2 or 3 pieces, yeah.
And the work that would go into that, making it out of metal as a one piece, was that 2-3 days work to make that, or would that be a lot?
No, I mean, well, it depends really, because that's quite a simple piece. You might get that done in 4 or 5 hours, something like that, but, you know, they're quite basic shapes. Obviously with the Dinos, you've got the big, massive reverse.
You've got the louvers in the door, the scoops, the cutouts.
Exactly, you're going to press all the louvers out, you've got to roll it all out, you can get the wings, the bonnets. The flat panels are actually the difficult ones. The bonnet's really difficult to make, you wouldn't think. The wings are actually not that bad, it's the big flat panels that are the difficult ones.
So you've got to get the contour, the strength and the shape into it, correct?
Exactly, because if you put too much shape into it, you can't reverse it.
Wow, okay. So you go one way, you can't go back.
Exactly. So we were actually saying this just before, weren't we? Sometimes you can put too much shape into it, you might work on something for a week and then you've got to do it again. But you learn from your mistakes, so you're like, right, well, I'll not do that again.
I love that. I mean, Helen is an amazing artist, by the way. If you get a chance to go check out her art, it's going to be on the Wrap Designs, and also go check out Hel's as well, because her artwork, she works with different brands all around the world. Even my logo here was designed by her. Her t-shirt she wears, the Wrap art design is also her work. But you are not afraid or completely foreign when it comes to contours and designing body kits as well. You know, this lovely man here can make it out of metal, but you designed a body kit for your BMW E30 as well, didn't you?
Yeah, so funny enough, before I started on Goblin, I actually went and did a course in metal shaping. So, I mean, I'm nowhere near where you are, but it gave me a real appreciation for what goes into it. You know, like you say, just one piece out of 3 parts. It's just, it is absolute art form. It is a lot more difficult than people think, that's it, and there's a lot more time that goes into it. And then, you know, obviously, yeah, from a motorsport point of view, those kits and things are made out of fiberglass, you know, whatever else they're made out of, so it kind of has different uses, so it's made differently. But like, there's just, I think people underestimate how much time it takes you to get good at what you do. You know, practice getting things wrong so that you can get things right, and it's just, you know, somebody looks at a car, and I know we look at cars differently and we'll think, wow, like everything that's gone into that. But you know, it's the fact that what these guys are doing is artisan, and it's...
Can you explain to everyone what artisan means? Because it's a very fine word, and we just got to try and sort of let everyone know what that means, because from my perspective, I thought it meant one thing, but it can mean something different. So can you explain that to people real quick?
Because I don't know the official bit. In my mind, it's, you know, the work these guys are doing is it's very specialised.
Completely bespoke. That's the way I was looking at it. Bespoke.
Completely bespoke. You know, it's custom. It's bespoke. It's unique. It's, you know, these guys are so good at what they do, and there's not loads of them out there doing it. And it's really important to, you know, kind of support them and make people aware of how much work goes into what they do as well.
I agree with you. I mean, you know, when you say you built a body kit, you built doors and fenders, etc., and you have sizing, you got to take into consideration that some of these panels aren't even there to start with. You're observing images, you're trying to remember when you measured it, did I measure from this point to this point? Did I measure from here? What is the contour shape? What is the return of this lip here? All these details you're trying to replicate from other areas on the car to think, wow, what would the original manufacturer be thinking? Would he follow that from a front arch to a rear arch? When it comes to your BMW, does the front bumper that you've modified and designed to that car, does that match the rest of the car? Does it formulate, and will it be respected by the car community? That is the hardest part of all this, isn't it?
Definitely, and I think when we did the body kit for the BMW, we had the E30 on a platform, and we literally had sculpted foam around the car, and everything was done by eye, so quite old-fashioned really. And you know, I wanted it to look like crazy motorsport car. So, you know, and that's foam, fiberglass, and doing that. So doing it out of metal like you guys do, like it's a whole other thing. But yeah, it's, you know, that was bespoke. That was the only one. And what these guys do is bespoke. It's just effort, passion, creativity.
Your heart pours out in your work, and I absolutely love it. Does anyone in our crowd have any questions at all? Because, you know, if you do see these guys and girls around the arena, please pop into them. If there's no questions, I have just one question for you three. What are your social media? So first of all, your social media in relation to your artwork and your public life, what you do. What are those social medias? And then I'll hand the mic around to these two gentlemen. I'm Sam from Hard Up Garage. I build cars. I work on TV events. I'm also a broadcaster for country music. So I have a radio show. I do lots of random stuff. But let's start with you, Helen.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Helen Stanley Official, and then my artwork is house.cc. So all my artwork's on there, my brand's on there. Yeah, so that's me.
Tommy Bristow, Plastic Restorations, Instagram, Facebook. I kind of specialise in just, if you can't buy it and you need it making, I'll make it for you.
My name's Jake Saunders. Live 9lives Kustoms is my Instagram. If anyone wants to come and give me a follow, that would be great. Or if anyone wants to come into my shop front, you can come and get a free t-shirt, my stock's last, and loads of other merchandise because I'm really stocking. So if anyone wants to come out to the shop, Southampton, please come in. Yeah, hit the follow button.
Amazing. If you are around the rest of the day, 3 o'clock, we've got Team Maximum Lock. They are the Maltese puller squeezer geezers, right? They've come all the way over, drift team, absolute precision artist drivers. At 3:10, we've got the giveaway on the main stage. Helen will be in and around the whole event. Make an effort to say hello. Tommy Bristow, come and have a chat with him. This lovely man here, Tim Kelly, one absolute legend. If you've got insurance questions, if you've got issues with your vehicle, if it's insured correctly, if your classification of damage is correct, if you're struggling with any of those, Tim Kelly is an absolute legend.
I've got a question for each of you.
Oh, okay, we've got a question for you. Let me go over to you, come on in.
So,
What I'd like to know is, if you had one car to build that you're going to keep for the rest of your life, what would that build be? What car would it be?
Ooh, that's one way to close us out, isn't it? I'll start with mine. My dream car is a Dodge Charger Daytona, right? We're talking 1968, 1970, 440 big block, 4-speed pistol grip. It's got to be the car, right?
The 250, I think. GT 250, Ferrari 250, it's got to be. It's such a cliche one.
All right, you've got spare 20 million in your pocket, all
That's the
right.
thing, is like, yeah, well,
you can build it.
All we should do is roll a replica into Revival and just
Yeah.
pull it out, you know?
Exactly, that's the one. It's got to be.
Come on, Jacob, what you got?
Mercedes Gullwing. That's our Gullwing.
All
All
right.
day long.
All these Charlie Big Potatoes over here with big bank balances.
I think it's probably one of the most beautiful cars in the world. But to be fair, I did restore my dad's TR4, which he's had since 1971. So that's probably pinnacle car already for me. So.
And Helen, do you just want your E30 back?
I do want my 30 back. I'm gonna get it back. But
It's turned into a party, ladies and gentlemen. It's all kicking off.
okay. I am a BMW girly, and my dream car, and one I would love to sort of have a lot to do with building and turn into an art car, is a BMW M1 Pro car.
Oh yeah.
Andy Warhol did the M1 Pro car as an art car back in the day, and I would love to have that as a project and then turn it into my own art car.
So I'm the only one talking about Americana over here. You know, I want to be in that left seat. I want to get the pistol grip. I'm going to have to work on my calves though, because those clutches are heavy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Helen, you've done an amazing job the last 2 days on this stand. It's been great fun.
Thank you. I'm doing car football today as well, by the way.
Don't talk to me about that. I want nothing to do with it. All right.
Sam's not involved this time. He's not happy. I'm doing it with Grace. So come and have a look because it's so much fun.
If you've been here before for car football, every single year we go above and beyond to make sure those cars never go on the road again. We talk rolling cars, smashing doors off cars, puncturing tyres, and actually ejecting windshields. But this year, we've got lovely, remarkable ladies like Helen and Grace Webb, and they've got the English and the Spanish team going head to head, and they're a lot more calm and collected and cool, and there's no damage. What is going on?
But to be fair, they were like, right, don't crash the cars. And then the stunt team that we've got working with us were just heading for us and crashing into us anyway. So we're like, okay, but it is just, we still crash them, just not quite as badly as you guys did.
Exactly, I'm hard up, you see, I've got nothing to lose. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the amazing Discovery Garage Day sponsored by Draper. Go check out Bunker, go check out them. Also, when the amazing Silver Lake cars go head to head later on, I see the legend over there who donated all the cars. Silver Lake Garage, by the way, they got an amazing stand just behind me over on the